make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen cooking up, cut your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Shout out to your mom and dad for making you. Staying in a vision, they did a great job raising you. When I create, you're my muse. The kind of smile that makes the news. Can't nobody throw shade on your name in these streets. Triple threat, you a boss, you a babe, you a beast. You make it easy to choose. You got a mean touch, I can't refuse. No, I can't refuse it. Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen cooking up, catch your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Already passed, you don't need no approval. Good everywhere, don't worry about no refusal. Second to none, you got the upper hand now. Don't need a sponsor, no, you're the brand now. You're my rock, my Colorado. Get that ring, just like Toronto.
Girl. Scheduling me time. Although many people crave more time to do the things they enjoy, people often don't know when or how to fit them into their schedules. A helpful first step is taking inventory of how you spend your time. When most of your time is spent in activities not of your choosing, it can lead to resentment and associated negative automatic thoughts, such as, my time does not belong to me. I feel that. I feel that wholeheartedly today. As you can see from the bags under my eyes, I am tired. That can contribute to mental and emotional stress. Ease the mental strain by purposely planning and practicing activities you enjoy. It will pave the way for positive thoughts and lowered cortisol levels that come from such thoughts. Number 1, download a copy of the weekly calendar from the book. Now, I went on there, I visited the site. It was a really nice site, but I was not able to find this downloaded calendar, PDF, whatever, so I went ahead and made my own. Feel free to check it out if you want to. Number 2, for a week, in as great detail as you can, write down how you spend your time for each hour that you're awake. I'm going to do it for a day because my week consists of me doing the same thing every single day, 7 days a week. So I'm going to go ahead and grant myself permission to do it for one day because, like I said, my week is literally the same. That's one day is going to be the same for the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. So instead of doing more work than I know I have to, I'm going to be smart and we're going to do one day. All right. So let's go ahead and grab our journal. Bam. And let's get started on writing out our calendar for one day. And it's going to be from the time we wake up to the time that we go to sleep. So let's go. Let's start.
Simmer, who got the keys to my blood clot bimmer? Big time driller, monkey to gorilla. Who is this woman that I'm seeing in the mirror? Drink 42 and smoke cigar. Name one time where I didn't deliver. Silent figure, I was just on the ends, dropping gems with my friends. I got a 3310 and a pack of blems. Then got the gold full black, circle back again. Rapping when nothing progressive was happening. Ooh, pain tolerance couldn't break us. Paid homage if you respect how we came up. Cool. trying to get to the paper. Hitting from Jamaica might do me a favor. True. Big simmer, dipping 10 toes in the ice cold river. Bank got bigger, been a different species. Tunes in a locker, been waiting to unleash these. It's a no-show if you can't guarantee fees. I ain't got one threat to consider. Heaven and earth attached to one pillar. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. New Sims dropped to shake the whole shit up. What's next? We'll be here for months talking about prospects. Staying on my job, yes sir. When rain is against her, I'm river resistant on my polyester. Run through the jungle, they shoulda never let her. Cuts and wounds I hope never will fester. Yeah, big art collector, silent investor, film director. Beating on my chest, going ape shit, putting in a grave shit. Ain't like what you make it, yeah it is. We're in the right here. You don't wanna get that. I went there for the whole thing and fucking up. Cutting through the jungle in the all black fitted hat low, incognito living. Introvert but she ain't timid. My art will be timeless, I don't do limits. Be very specific when you talk on who the best is. How can I address this? Basically the rest is almost like to me what a stain to a vest is. You ain't dropped nothing in my eyes I'm impressed with. Please don't be offended, but I'm not in the business of pretending. I've got lines if you wanna get renting, or find the agony on and get venting. Stop flooding my mentions with bullshit, talking on Sims like she's someone you went school with. Awkward. From Dave in the cool kid, rap starts hope and faith from restoring. Don't ask my opinion on shit, cause to make you feel good about yourself is exhausting. I got bangers out in the world soaring, and I got bangers in the boat I've been hoarding. Yeah, true, I got tennis in the morning. Before I start swinging, that man's gonna need a warning. Red light whenever I'm recording, red light on the forehead of the informant. See, I'm the only one on Gorilla. Sims is back here, just got Rilla. Yeah.
Alright, cool. So now that we completed step number 2 by listing all the things that we do hour by hour for our full day, we're gonna go ahead and jump to number 3. So number three says, at the week's end or the day end that we did, review the list and place each item into these color-coded categories. Things that I have to do, things that are good for me, things that are unnecessary, and things that I enjoy. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and list those categories.
And you were destroying the weight. But if I'm good for you tomorrow, try me now.
Son más de las 12, nos fuimos de roce. Hoy voy a lo loco, ustedes me conocen. Reggaeton de Tego, pa' que se lo gocen. Saben quién es Barbie, lo expreso en José. Y yo no me complico, ¿cómo te explico? Que a mí me gusta pasarla rico. ¿Cómo te explico? No me complico, a mí me gusta pasarla rico. Después de las 12 salimos a buscar el party. Ando con los tigres, estamos en modo safari. Con un fue violento que parece musicari. Yo tomando vino y algunos fumando mari.
Alright, so boom, our categories, we have them listed 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's jump into step number 4, which is going to be the last step for our activities. Alright, girls, so stay with me. Number 4, it says, determine which category you grant the most time to. Plan your schedule for the next week or day, right, because we're doing days, and consciously add 10% more to the things that you enjoy, and remove 10% of the time previously dedicated to unnecessary items. Enjoy your week or your day, and notice positive thoughts that you create with this new focus. Okay, we can do that. So let's go ahead, and now we are going to figure out what we want to shift and move around, right? From our things that are unnecessary, and we're going to move them to the things that we enjoy.
I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. And all I wanna do is to fall in deep.
So I know I'm gonna go ahead and just remove, I already know I'm gonna go ahead and just remove scrolling, because that's like the number one thing that it could go. I don't have very many things for that already, so you gotta go. And what I would love to add for the things that I enjoy is going to be most definitely, I miss reading just for leisure. So that has to go on to my list of things that I enjoy, and it's just 10%, so I definitely can add that in. All right. I also added to things I enjoy. I know I'm supposed to only add 10%, but that's always me. I'm just going to do extra. So instead of doing 10%, I kind of added like 20%. And the second thing that I added was building my business, because it's something that I do want to add to my schedule and commit to outside of just my time for content creating. So boom, we did that. So this activity, they say, is only supposed to take you about 10 minutes or so, and the only supplies that you're going to need is internet access, and that's just to look for that weekly calendar on her website. But like I said, I couldn't find it when I looked on her website, but you do me the favor, you go to her website as well and see if you can also download a copy. Drop it in the comments if you were successful. But if not, then you can go ahead and definitely don't be intimidated. Just like I did, you can go ahead and create your own calendar. It's really simple. I just used my notebook, right? And just wrote down hour by hour. So yeah, that is our activity. And just to have a little bit of time to reflect. Okay, if I can go ahead and have a little bit of time just to reflect on this activity that I did. The reason that I chose to do this specific activity today is because I feel like I'm ready to move forward on a few things in my life, as opposed. So just to reflect, I think that the reason for me just really gravitating towards this particular activity today is because, like, you know, there's so many times where I just feel like I just want to do so much more, or that I can do so much more, not as a mom, but just as an individual, as a person. Like, you know, I'm a woman, I'm Patricia, I have so many other avenues that I want to explore about myself outside of just being a mom and motherhood. And if you looked at my schedule, I mean, we both seen, and I didn't even really know that it was that deep, but I spent a lot of time doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And it didn't hit me until I was able to actually see it on paper, to be honest with you, just how much of my day I spend this time not dedicated to me or building me. And that's okay, because I know that I'm spending that time building my future and building my future. Well, it is going to be my future when I retire, because they're going to take care of me. But building up my kids and building up my family, that was the F word I was looking for, not future, but family. So, you know, I know that the time and the energy is going to a good place. But just like the book said, you don't want to feel some type of way about your time never being for you. And it took me looking at this to really understand that if I want to spend some time with myself, if I want to really invest in myself, then some things have to change. Some things have to change. Now, I can't be for certain and tell you right now that what's going to change on here, because routine is routine. You get really stuck in it, especially when you have 3 kids, when you have twin toddlers, they're 2, right? So I don't have a lot of wiggle room here, because I am constantly childcare. So I am going to have to make the decision that if I truly want to invest in myself and if I want to see real growth, then I am going to have to create more time, because 8 o'clock to what I have here to 10 is very little time for me. So girl, as much as we don't want to, because we always just saying we tired. As much as I don't want to, the early bird catches the worm. And I'm just going to have to get up every day, and I'm going to have to make that my time. So I guess we just gonna be an early riser then, huh? But I strongly suggest that you do the same activity so that you can really see and have a better understanding of really how you spend your time, especially as a mom. Because you don't have that schedule. You don't clock in. No, we don't clock in. So having something like this is gonna be a real big eye opener for you, girl. So I'm curious to know what you spend your time on the unnecessary time. What do you do? What do you be doing? Drop it in the comments and let me know, girl. Also, just tap in with me, because I feel like every mom, we need to check in. We need to check in on each other, because moms, we don't get that. We spend a lot of time in the house with the kids alone. And I think that somewhere out here in these crazy streets, people think this is easy. People think all we do is stay at home and twiddle our little thumbs, watch our little shows, and cook a meal every now and again. And I just know it's not true. I just know it's not. Just the mental load alone of taking care of kids. That's a story for another day. Mommy, check in. How we doing mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Let's check in on each other. Again, we don't spend enough time doing that. I'm here, you here. Let's check in. All right. That's all we got for today. Not a lot, but a lot. Until next time, same place, same time. All right, girl. Peace.